Welcome to Fit with Coach Kat. Today's workout uses both body weight and resistance. So when you're ready, let's begin. In today's workout, I'm going to be using a backpack as resistance. This is my old trusty Nappy bag, and I have a water bottle in there. Overall, it probably weighs about 5 kilos. So go get a backpack of any kind, doesn't matter what it is, and put a couple of water bottles in there, or maybe some cans, just to add a little bit of weight. When you're ready, come back and we will start connecting our breath to our pelvic floor. So do take a deep breath in, blow out and squeeze your pelvic floor. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, squeeze your pelvic floor. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, squeeze your pelvic floor. What I mean by squeezing your pelvic floor is pulling up through your sex organs, squeezing your anus, holding for 1 second, and then relaxing. So we want to connect our breath to our pelvic floor so we can make our pelvic floor stronger when we start to add resistance to our workouts. So inhale, relax, exhale, squeeze. From there, stand up at the back of your mat if you have one. If you don't worry about it. We're going to get into the world's greatest stretch. So step your left leg forward, right hand goes on the floor. From there, you're going to reach your left arm around, open up to the sky, and then try and get your left elbow as low as you can on your leg. So you're really going to get a good rotation through your spine here. It might crack a few times, which always feels amazing. Don't worry if you're not getting as low down your leg as I am. I have been doing this exercise for many years. So place both hands on the ground. We're going to step back to plank and then step your right leg forward. So from there, you're going to have your left hand on the ground and you're going to reach your right arm all the way around, try and open up to the sky and get your elbow as low as you can. This is your last rep. We're going to place both hands on the ground, step back to high plank and walk our hands back to our feet, stand all the way up, and then we're going to repeat that. So you're going to put your hands back on the ground, walk out to high plank, and then reverse it, standing all the way up. These are called inchworms, also known as walkouts. You've got one more rep. From there, we're going to get into a sumo squat stance. So our feet are going to be shoulder distance apart, and we are going to drop down into a really deep squat. Grab onto both feet with your hands, and from there, you're going to shoot your bum up in the air, getting a good hamstring stretch, and then dropping back down into a wide sumo squat. This is your last rep. From there, we're going to walk into high plank position, drop down onto the ground, stretch your left arm out to the side of you, and you are going to rock your right leg out over the top, getting a really good stretch. In a moment, we are going to swap sides. So you are going to roll over to the other side, laying your right arm out at a 90-degree angle to your body. Shoot your left leg over the top, opening up through your hip. going to keep moving through this movement, a few more reps each side. This is called a scorpion stretch. This is your last rep. Then we're going to roll to our front, push back up into high plank, walk our hands back. From there, we are going to do some single leg deadlifts. So you are going to put all your weight onto your left leg. Put the ball of your right foot in line with your left heel. And then you are going to hinge at your hip, sending your glute back. Keep your back nice and straight. You want a slight bend in your left knee. This is your last rep, and then we're going to go into bodyweight squats. So feet are hip distance apart, send your bum back and down. I want your hamstring and your calf to meet behind you. If you can't manage that, at this pace, slow down and get better quality squats. I would prefer you to do half the amount of reps at full depth squats than 10 reps at half job Harry's. Now we're going to reverse lunges, send that left leg back, get that back knee touch in the ground, keep your hips up and your chest facing forward. We've got 2 more reps, and then we're going to go into 2 sets of 5 squat pulses. So place your feet hip distance apart, get your bum back and down, stay nice and low for 3 more reps. 2, 1, stand all the way up. We're going to do that again. 5, stay low. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to repeat all of that on the other side. So plant your right foot into the ground, put your left ball of your foot in line with your right heel. You're going to do single leg deadlifts, focusing on sending your glutes back, having a slight bend in your knee, really loading your heel on your right. Your left leg is there just for balance and a decoration. It's not there to take some of the load. 1 more rep, and then we're going to go into our body weight squats. So place your feet hip distance apart and send those glutes back and down. Got 1 more rep. I'm just playing peekaboo with my girls that are down there watching me do this. And now we're going to send our right leg back, and now we've got our lunges. Load your left leg, keep your hands on your hips, pull your belly button in towards your spine so your core is on, help you balance. Got 1 more rep, and then we're going to get back into those squat pulses. Stay low for 2 sets of 5. Let's go. And 1 more set. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Now we're back to our single leg deadlift on our left leg, using that right leg as balance. got 2 more reps here, and then we're going to get back into those body weight squats. Alright, let's go feet hip distance apart, get that bum back and down, try and stay in time with me for 10 good solid squats. Got 1 more rep, and then you're going to step your left leg back and get into those reverse lunges. So back knee touches the ground and then come all the way up to standing. You've got 2 more reps, and then we're going to go back into our squat pulses. So feet hip distance apart, let's get nice and low for 2 sets of 5. Well done. From here we're going to get back into those single leg deadlifts. So plant your right foot, use your left foot as balance, hinge at your hips. And now we're going to get into our bodyweight squats. Let's go nice and fast. This is our warm-up. We want to be warm by the end of it. Got 2 more reps, and then we've got our reverse lunges, our last set for this exercise. So step your right leg back. Make sure that back knee touches the ground. One more rep, and then we're going to get into our last set of squat pulses. Let's go again, nice and deep for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, shake it out, and again, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. We have a very short 15-second break before we start our next round of warm-ups, and we're going to start at the back of our mat if you have one. And we're going to walk out into high plank, and we're going to hit the deck for some hand release push-ups. So let's go. Walk out into high plank, slowly lower yourself down, take your hands off the ground, push back up into high plank. Make sure you are one straight line when you're pushing up. There is an option to do it on your knees, just like I'm doing right now. Same movement with the hand release push-up. You can just do it on your knees. 2 more reps, and then we're going to go into Superman, where your arms are straight over your head and your legs are straight. Your chest is on the floor, and you are going to raise your arms and your legs up at the same time. One more rep, and then we're going to go into IYT. So you are a letter, you are the letter I, and then you are the letter Y, and then you are the letter T. Your feet stay on the ground, but your chest comes all the way off. So join me with this one. Straight arms up overhead, arms out to 10 and 2, arms out at 90-degree angle. Down we go. Back up again. This is your last rep, and then we're going to do swimming. So your arms are going to go straight over your head like you were in the Superman position. And what we're going to do is raise our right arm and our left leg, and then our left arm and our right leg. We're going to go swimming. Couple more reps, and then we're going to go back to our hand release push-ups. So place your hands underneath your shoulders, take a deep breath in, tuck your toes under, and then push up into our high plank position. If you did do some on your knees last round, start on your high plank, and then when you get too fatigued, drop down to your knees. That is totally fine. Make sure your hands come all the way off with each rep. This is your last one, and then we're going to go into Superman again. So straight arms up by your ears. Arms and legs come up at the same time with a big squeeze. Last one, and then we're going to go into our IYT. So leave your feet on the ground. We're just raising our chest off the ground and making the letter I with our arms, the Y, arms out at an angle, and then a T. This is your last one, and then we're going to go swimming. So your arms go directly above your head, bicep to ear, and then we're going to come up off the ground and right leg, left arm, right leg. This is our last set of this exercise. Alright gang, we are done with this little series. So stand up, take a minute, get a drink of water if you want, and we are going to start very shortly on our first strength exercise using our backpack. So grab your weight, whether it's a backpack or a bag, doesn't really matter. You're going to grab the handles, hinge at your hips, feet a hip distance apart, and we're going to go into some deadlifts. So I want the backpack to hit just between your toes, your hips to go back. You want to imagine there is a wall about 1/2 meter behind you, and you're trying to poke your bum to the wall. Your back stays completely straight, shoulder blades are back and down, there's no arching through your back or shrugging up through your shoulders. We want to load the heels and get some good quality deadlifts happening here. We're doing higher reps because the bag will be very light compared to what you could do for a deadlift. One more rep, and then we're going to go into bent over rows. So we're going to keep that hip hinge position with a straight back and pull the bag in towards our torso, aiming for our belly button, squeezing our shoulder blades back and down. This is not a shrug. You shouldn't be shrugging it up with your neck. You want your shoulders to stay low, and you just squeeze your shoulder blades back and down. This is your last rep. I'm going to get you to put the backpack on your front so we can do some goblet squats. You can also just hold the bag in front of you if you don't want to put the straps over your shoulders. We're going to do front squats, goblet squats with this weight on our front, so you can hold it however you want. So make sure your feet are hip distance apart. You might need to go a little bit wider to make room for the weight. Your bum goes back and down. Try and stay in time with me. However, if you need to go slower to get better quality reps, do that. This is your last rep, and then we're going to get our backpack off our front and go back into our deadlifts. So I'm just going to face a different angle this way so you can see from a different view. But we're going to do our deadlifts. We've got 15 of these to work through. This is your last rep, and now we're going to go back into our bent over rows. So pull that bag in towards your torso, you want your arms to make a 90-degree angle, your shoulder blades to squeeze back and down. You don't want to be shrugging up through your traps or into your neck. You've got one more rep, and then we're going to pick that bag up and get straight into our front squats or goblet squats, whichever you have chosen. We've got 2 more reps of this, and then we're going to move on to our next series, which is going to start with a single leg deadlift, just like what we did in the warm-up, but this time you're going to use the resistance from the bag. So start with your left leg, put the right ball of your foot in line with your left heel, hinge at your hip, load that left heel, and start moving through those single leg deadlifts with the resistance. The last one, and we're just going to jump straight over to the other side. So plant your right foot, put the left ball of your foot in line with your right heel, and let's go through this side. Hinge at the hip, send that glute back. You should feel a bit of a stretch, and then stand up. You've got one more, and then you're going to put the bag onto your back, and we're going to go into some reverse lunges. So place the bag on your back, and we're going to do alternating. You can start on any leg, step that leg back, get that back knee touching the ground, and then swap it over. Two more reps, and then we're going to go back to our single leg deadlifts. So swing that backpack off your back, and let's start with our left leg using our right toe as the balance. Two more reps, and then we're going to swap sides. Hinge at your hips. We've swapped sides to our right foot now. Hold on to your backpack and really load that right glute. Two more reps and then the backpack's going to go onto your back for some reverse lunges. Alright, let's go. You can put your hands on your hips or hold on to the strap of the bag. Send your leg back and try and get your back knee to touch the ground. That's ideally what should happen through lunges. Your back knee should always touch the ground or come extremely close to touching the ground. Got a few more reps and now I'm going to get you to keep the backpack on your back and we're going to go through an exercise called a no surrender. And basically we are going to kneel down on each of our knees and then stand up, alternating which leg we stand up with first. So we're going to go down with our right leg, left leg, then stand up with our right leg and left leg, then go down on your left, right, stand up with your left and right. The best thing to do here is just to mirror me so you don't get too confused with trying to work it out. We've got 2 more reps and then when we are done here we're going to swing the backpack off and get 2 tickets to the gun show and do some bicep curls. Get the straps of your bag, palms facing each other, and we are going to do some tempo curls. So we're going to go up for 1, 3 down, up 1, 3, 2, 1, up, 3, 2, 1, up, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm slowing it down. There we go. 1, 3, 2, 1. We've got 2 more reps and then we are going to put our bag down and get into high plank position. So drop your bag now, get into high plank, and we are going to do some slow mountain climbers, also known as knees to elbows. Try and stay in time with me. It's not quite mountain climber pace, it's a bit slower with a little bit more enthusiasm than knees to elbows. So try and get your right knee into your right elbow and your left knee into your left elbow. Now we've got 1 more round of everything and then we are done. So pop that backpack back onto your back and we're going to go back to those no surrenders. So right knee down, left knee down, step up with your right leg, then your left, and then alternate. This is your last rep, and then we're going to go into our bicep curls and finish with our knees to elbows. So let's go with the slow tempo for the bicep curls. Up for 1, down for 3. Well, that wasn't down for 3, Kat, was it? 3, 2, 1. That's better. Up for 1, 3, 2, 1. This is your last rep, and then we're going to hit the deck for our last set of knees to elbows, and then we are done. Well done everyone, we are finished for today. Thank you so much for joining me for this workout. I'm trying to get Hank to come over and say hello, but I think it was a really hot day and he was not having any of it. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave me a like and a comment. I really would like to know if you liked this kind of workout. Would you like more nappy bag workouts? I'm here to help, and I look forward to seeing you next time.